Okay, how to put the multi-lift sling on. First we'll lean the user forward. If the user cannot support themselves, then we're going to probably do this from around the front, such like this, where we would actually support the person while putting the sling on. Okay? Many users that are being lifted with a multi-lift will not need that additional assistance. Okay, with the sling, number one importance is to make sure that you have the right size sling. Check with your Access Unlimited dealer to ensure that you do have the right size sling. Once you've ensured that, you position the sling so that it's perfectly centered on the user's back. We will trap the sling as shown in these two fingers here. Okay? Lean the user forward and go all the way down to where the sling seat of the wheelchair is, or the bottom cushion of the wheelchair. Make sure that we go all the way down. That's extremely important. Okay? Second, with this wheelchair we can see, obviously we need to remove the arms or flip the arms back. Give a little tug here and make sure that the sling is all the way down to where the seat is. Alright? Slide the sling leg tab, as it's called, underneath one of the user's legs. Repeat the process on the opposite side. If there's a seat belt involved in the wheelchair, we have to make sure that we don't forget to release the seat belt so that we don't have the wheelchair rising with the user. If we've done this properly, there will be approximately 4 inches or 100 millimeters of contact area, okay, across the inside of the thigh, just behind the knee. It's very important that you go all the way forward to just behind the knee. It's also very important that the sling lay flat on the wheelchair cushion. Okay? Also extremely important is that both of the leg tabs are equal. If they're not equal, chances are you haven't centered the sling, and therefore you're going to have problems with one leg being higher than another and concentration of pressure. Okay? Again, when we're adjusting the sling, there is a slider which is on each of the straps. If we want to lengthen, we pull it in. If we want to shorten, we pull it in. If we want to lengthen, we pull it out. It's quite easily adjustable to a variety of lengths, from a couple of inches all the way out to as long as the strap will go. Typically, for purposes of convenience, although it's not required, we will make the first connection at the farthest point, and we'll understand why as we begin to connect the different triangles. It's easier to have the area that you're working on open. If you're having difficulty pulling the triangle up to the pin, and if the amount of force exceeds the available strength of the assistant, then all we're going to do is lengthen the straps until it works easily. Okay? It's best to have, particularly if you're rising to a very high height, it's best to have a little bit of tension on the straps, because that means that as soon as you begin to lift the user, it's going to begin, as soon as you begin to operate the lift, the user will begin to move. Okay, again, we always want to bring the man to the mountain rather than the mountain to the man. So we will move the sling, we will move the lift over close to the triangle and directly above it, making it extremely easy to make the connection between the triangle and the lift. Okay, that's it for putting the sling on and adjusting it. Well, actually, there's one more point. If the person tends to lean to one side when sitting in the wheelchair, we can use the multi-lift as a sort of a therapeutic tool which continuously corrects their position. So, for example, if I have a user who tends to lean to the right all the time and has some level of paralysis and perhaps is unable to right themselves, we will want to make the right side arm strap a little shorter. That's going to mean that every single time, if we put the sling on centered, every single time we raise the user, we're going to be adjusting the user to the left. If we have a user that tends to always lean back, two ways we can correct that. We can have short arm tabs or lengthen the leg tabs. Each of those will have the effect of leaning the user forward. Conversely, if we have a person who tends to be too far forward, which can sometimes happen, we're going to lengthen the arm tabs and shorten the leg tabs. Okay? Different types of slings that are available will accommodate users who use a dress. For example, the dress sling will have each of the leg straps go all the way around both legs, allowing the user to use a dress. We have 45 different sizes and styles of slings, each one for a specific use, and please contact your dealer to ensure that you have the right one. The most important types are the two-piece quick sling, which has one strap here, one strap under the leg. The general purpose sling, which is what the sling that you see here. The amputee sling, which has accommodations for people who have one or both legs amputated. We have the anti-extension sling for quadriplegics and paraplegics who tend to go into extension when being lifted. It keeps them compacted. We have a special sling for osteogenesis imperfecta, also known as brittle bone disorder. We have a stretcher sling for people who must lie down. And the list goes on. A high back, one of the more important ones is the high back sling for quadriplegics who cannot provide head support. There's a high back sling that just supports the head from the back, and there's also a high back sling which captures the head, doesn't allow the head to move. We have available also for people who tend to lean forward, who have spasms that are involuntary. We have a cover that can go over the spreader bar. That's extremely useful. And all kinds of different combinations. So please contact your dealer and they'll be able to help you. And again, thanks for your interest in the Multilift.